This is the plaintiff, Nathaniel Smith. He says the defendant's his brother, who he loves. But the guy borrowed his very expensive gold chain, claims he returned it, but hasn't, so here they are. He's not willing to lose his brother over this, but he's now out over $2,800, the cost of the chain, and he has no other choice but to sue him for its value today. This is the defendant, Joseph Smith. He says his brother's a fly dude with nice stuff, so he borrowed his gold chain so he could look cool when he went out with his homies. He gave the chain back to the plaintiff. He has no idea why he doesn't remember, but he owes his dear brother nothing, that's for sure. He's accused of being a gold digger.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff is suing his brother for stealing his gold chain, but the defendant says he borrowed it because the plaintiff's a fly guy, but he returned it. It's the case of Chain of Fools.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome in.
Okay, Mr. Smith, this is your brother, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so according to you, you loaned your brother a chain?
Yes.
What kind of chain?
Gold chain with an angel with diamonds all around it.
Okay, well, what you say in the complaint is 3 carats of diamonds.
Well, it's all around. It's like 2 carats, not 3. I made a mistake.
Okay, but
I sent pictures. There's diamonds all through the wings.
Okay, so little chips of diamonds, you mean?
They little.
Okay, little chips of diamonds, not a 3-carat diamond.
No, not a big, no.
Okay,
no,
so little chips of diamonds.
You wouldn't let me that, no way.
I'm sorry, hold on, it's not your turn. All right, so then when did you buy that for yourself?
I bought that, actually, I bought it 2 years ago. My first year, I'm a recovering person. I bought it for my first year anniversary for being clean.
Good for you. All right.
And he liked it. Everybody liked it. And he used to ask me to let him use it. So, okay.
Why don't you just say no?
He's my brother.
So what? My brother asked me if he could use my jewelry. I'd say no so fast. And I mean, use your own jewelry. I don't want you to. And according to you, this thing's valued at $3,000.
No, that's
$2,000. You lowered that.
Yes, I did.
Okay, but what did you pay for it?
I paid altogether. I paid like $27.
Do you have a receipt?
No, I don't. It was so long ago.
Okay.
However,
so what happens? You loan it to him, and how many times did you loan it to him?
I loaned it to him a couple times. I loaned it to my brother a few times.
Okay.
See, my brother goes out. You know, I don't drink and stuff. You know, I ain't knocking none of that. I don't. But he goes out and he has fun. And my brother drinks. I mean, really drinks. He's an army boy, and so when he get to drinking, he think he General Custer or somebody. I don't know.
Wow.
Okay.
And he drinks.
Right.
And this one occasion.
Does he black out?
Nah, he don't black out.
Does he get really, really drunk?
He gets drunk, and he gets annoying.
So, so why would you loan your valuable thing to a guy like that?
Because
like, in other words, aren't you worried he's going to be careless about it?
No.
What if it falls off his neck? What if he gets into a brawl? And then it falls off his neck? What if he loses it because he's drunk?
Well, and that's what happened. What happened? I don't know what he did with it. When I asked him for it, he told me when I finally asked him the night, he said he gave it to me that night. He didn't. Then he gets upset. I gave it to you. And he throws $100 at me and say, sue me. You know, like, who do we, you know, so we went through it for a while over this.
How long ago did this happen?
About maybe 2-3 months ago. He wanted to hang out with, he got a friend who hang out with him a lot. And my nephew, you know, most of the time takes him out because he can't drive when he's drunk.
Okay, this is your nephew sitting next to you?
Yes.
And he is your son?
We gonna get a DNA test on that one.
Why are you saying such
yeah, that's...
Did you know your son was going to be testifying for him?
He rode with me.
He came here with you?
Yeah, like, I need a little company. Like, all right, you know, and we get here, then I said, what? You my child. What kind of... I told the boy to be honest, but be honest to me. Okay? You know, you ain't supposed to... But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I still say, Your Honor, that, yes, he did. I got a picture of the chain. Last time I had the chain was like...
Is this a chain?
In April for my birthday.
That one?
Yes.
Okay, it's like an angel? All right.
Yes.
Yeah. And
he let me hold it for my birthday. I got a picture of that when I was down in Virginia with 2 cousins and all that little stuff.
Okay.
You know, came back with the chain and everything. One night I was out, like you said, I do take, I like libations. So, you know, go out, and my son is my designated driver. So, ran into him one night, and I ran into him, and I'm like, yo, blah, 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 hugged him. He said, see, that's what I'm talking about. You know, you drinking like this. You know what this was crazy about my family? When I ain't drinking, they be like, why you ain't drinking? When I do drink, look at you all. I'm saying, what's
Maybe
wrong
they'd like
with you?
some happy medium.
It is a happy medium. I'm drinking and I'm happy. That's a happy medium for me. You know, so I hugged him and all that. I said, well, you know what? Take the chain. You know what I'm saying?
Do you recall taking the chain off and giving it to him?
Yes, I believe so. What he's saying is fake news. I don't know what he's talking about.
Come on up, son. What's your name?
My name's Sir.
So, did you ride in with your dad today?
Yes.
Did your dad think you were just there for the ride and companionship?
Yes.
But you were actually here, you had already been talking to your uncle?
Yes.
Where's the love at, sir?
Yeah.
I said I love you this morning.
Somebody
You told him
home.
this morning?
Yeah, I told him I love him this morning.
No, he told me when he got in that room
No.
back there.
You told him what this morning?
I told my dad I love him this morning. He said I don't love him.
No, that's not what we're talking about. He's wondering why you didn't tell him that you were going to jump ship and go that way when you were on the ride here with him.
So would you sue your brother if he stole from you?
Potentially.
Potentially, okay, I get
Depends
it.
on what it is.
Depends on what it is.
I definitely would. I mean, you should chain him up. I know he stole a gold chain, but you got to go after him. He's a human being. You got to treat everyone equally. It's about equality.
Okay. Would you sue your brother?
It depends on what they stole.
They stole a gold chain.
Yeah, I probably would.
What if it's a cheap gold chain?
No.
What is an expensive gold chain?
Yes.
Okay, see, it's all about money, guys, going inside the courtroom.
It's kind of awkward, honestly.
Is it?
It's
It doesn't
all right.
look too awkward because
It's-
you did it. You jumped ship and you went over there. I'm just
Smiling and
curious.
everything.
I'm curious how awkward it really is for y'all.
Everybody's favorite uncle.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. My uncle, he got a history of doing some stuff, but whatever the case is. But like I said, I was there that night that my dad's talking about, and I can say he didn't give him the chain because we went.
How do you know which night we're talking about?
Because every time I go out with my dad, and I know he
You
had the
never
chain.
go out without your dad?
Not really. I'm not a
That's
social
a
person.
sad state of affairs.
I listen. I go
A
to
little
work.
bit unbelievable.
I go to
but-
work and I come home and I stay in my place.
Did he offer you something for testifying for him?
No.
Just curious. It's just because it is a little bit odd.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He asked me if I remember the night. I could.
Remember what night? What night was it?
It was. If I give you a date, it would be. I would say.
Here's what I'd like. I'd like everybody to write down on a piece of paper what they think the date was that we're talking
I
about.
can't remember the date.
Oh, okay. So we got one.
You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know. What have we got from you? Like, in
I don't
other
know the
words,
date.
how would you know? Is there ever a time you go out without your son, or is your son just always
Yeah, when
attached?
he go chasing
My
his
question
women.
was: is there ever a date that you go out without your son?
Oh yes.
Okay.
That's
so
when
how do you
before he
know
was
that
born.
that's not a night that he? Like, how do you know it's a night you were there?
Because I recall a night where we went out. They did meet up, and he said, "You drinking too much. You need to slow down. You know, you out here." He said, "That's why I got my son with me. That's my designated driver." He said, "Don't lose my chain." He said, "Nate, I ain't gonna lose your chain. Don't worry about it. Have I lost it before?" And that was it. He said, "All right, y'all go ahead. Y'all be safe." And
So what do you think it is? You think your dad has a chain and he sold it for crack? What do you think happened?
No. My dad.
said
No,
drink.
my dad not that type of person. No.
Right. So
I just
where's
think-
the chain? I'm asking you.
I just think he was irresponsible and probably misplaced it somewhere.
Except for it's an enormous chain. It's like, you know, he's
Yeah,
not going
I'm-
to even take it off unless so where do you think, and you're with him 24/7 according to you, so where do you think the chain is?
No, well, that night we went out to a couple other places. From my still recollection of memory, he had the chain the entire night.
So then what did your father do with the chain?
What you do with the chain, Dad?
Oh, now I'm dad.
Listen,
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
No, wait a second. I want to
Your
hear
Honor.
what
All right. Now, far as my recollection, okay, I didn't come home with the chain. I thought I gave it to him, you know, because he was talking about, you know, you see you out here drinking. I'm like, all right, here, take your chain. And I went on about the next day. I woke up, I didn't have the chain.
Do you have any evidence of the value of the chain, or am I going to be left to figure this out on my own?
Well, it seems like I don't have any evidence for that, Your Honor. I bought the chain. Listen, I love my brother, believe me. There's no reason for me to be here for this chain if he didn't
Well, he probably lost your chain.
I don't know what he did with it. He needs to.
The question is, like, what value am I to assess to it? Because you can't just pull a figure out of the sky.
Well, no, I know what I paid for the chain. I never said I didn't know what I paid for the chain.
You're supposed to prove.
Okay.
Right. Well, that's where the problem.
I wasn't expecting to be in court fighting for a chain with my brother. I really wasn't.
I mean, I can't look at it and say it's even real gold. I have no idea. I need to have some proof of what the value is.
After I bought that?
Let me tell you, as far as I'm concerned, you proved he lost the chain, okay? Right. The question is the value, and you've got zero proof on it. So what I'm gonna do is, then you get stuck with what I assess it to be at. I am ruling in your favor in the amount of $500. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you. I lost a lot of this.
It's some frackle-knackle bull.
So the judge decides that the plaintiff, Nathaniel Smith, is going to get $500 from you for the chain.
Right.
He says it's worth several $1,000s. What do you think? You think it is or was?
Well, I know my brother ain't cheap, so if he say that's what it is, then that's what it is. Yeah, I'm sorry about the whole situation.
That's the story here. What? How you two going to get along now after him suing you in court?
I'm gonna tell my mother.
What'll she do?
She gonna make him love me.
He says he loves you. Yeah. He said that in court.
Yeah, I love him too.
And you said you love him.
Yes.
Are you going to be mad at him for suing you, bringing you here to court?
That's not. Maybe.
Anyway, you got to give him $500. Now, are you going to be able to do that?
No. But yeah.
Well, good luck to you guys. I hope you work it out. Okay. This is kind of a crazy lawsuit. We don't have lawsuits like this very often, where a brother sues a brother and the son comes in between them. Do you think this is going to have any impact on the relationship between everybody here? How about you and your dad? What's your dad going to do when you go out of this courtroom?
I think I got to find a way home, but other than that, he'll be all right.
I'm not surprised at that.
He'll be all right.
Another way, you think he'll be all right?
He'll be fine.
And how about you?
He's still my brother. I mean, I'm a little upset because I lost a lot here. You know what I mean? I lost a lot. And,
You're only getting $500.
Nah, it ain't even
and you may not get that, you know?
I'd buy another one, I guess.
I guess you will.
Yeah.
You're going to have to shake him down to get that money out of him. All right.
Yeah.
Well, look, you seem like jovial folks. Good luck to you, okay?
All right,
Hope you work it out.
Okay, I know this sounds worthless when it happens, but when you buy something really expensive, have a drawer, put it in that drawer, just keep the receipt. You never know when you're going to need it.